Doing one last in the background. What's Gucci, man?
All good, all good. What's going on? Just waiting for it to pop up over on IG.
Shit, it ain't.
Nah, I don't see it yet. Probably just a delay on my end. Shout out to anybody who's joining from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, TikTok. We appreciate y'all, man. We'll be up on IG in a minute.
And that's up. Tanya in the building. Two things.
Okay, maybe it's just me.
Welcome. This Wednesdays. Yeah.
Okay, there it goes. Now I see it.
Quick refresh button.
All right.
Gotta tell him keep it quiet in there.
Yeah, all right. Well, we need you
Still
to
not
keep
showing
me
inside.
on IG. Yeah, no. Oh, wait, it was hiding. There we go.
Minimized.
It was, yeah, it was hiding in the mix over to the right. Usually it's like all the lives are more to the left. For some reason it was in the middle somewhere, but I found it. We good.
You remember that first time when you clicked the bottom right of your monitor by accident and everything disappeared? You didn't know what that was yet.
Yeah, no, I decided to do something different today, but we got it. We figured it out. All right, let me share this with a couple people on IG. Get us a nice little crowd, hopefully tonight. So what's good with you, my brother? How's this week treating you?
Dance. Yeah. You're trying to pack too much into these 5 days now. I'm like, hey man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, listen, it's the same 10 fingers, same keyboard. You know what I mean? The list could be as long as you want to. It don't really matter. So, yeah. Everybody like, oh, but it's on the list. Like, niggas, I was getting rich. Banks take time.
I feel you. I
So
feel
how's
you.
everything doing that?
All right. Yeah, January, man. I know we're in February, but the reason I'm bringing up January is because I thought with the switch to February, things would get ease up a little bit. Because January is usually when people are first coming back, getting over the New Year's hump. It has not changed. It seems like there's still a lot of confusion. There's still a lot of tension, and just navigating that, man, navigating it the best of my ability because I can feel myself getting a lot more firm, sharper, um, less patient because it's just repetitive stuff that is clearly out there, but it doesn't seem to be resonating with those who should be retaining the information. But here we are, man. That's why we created this platform to come on here and air our
Okay,
grievances with the world.
gotta get them shits out, man. Get
And
you up.
absolutely.
People so
Absolutely.
much crying in the shower. You know what I'm saying?
But on a good note, looks like the weather is
Yeah.
going in a good direction. I can't argue about that.
I was a little. I usually do the shirt, quick cardigan, a little jacket over that, just a routine. Worked out today. I was like, hey, I need all this. Feel the leather. I threw that in the back seat. Oh, good. It's nice today.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I always love when my son comes home, man. He keeps us very entertained. If you follow us or watch the show enough, we love the kids, man. The kids keep us
Mhm.
entertained. They keep us motivated. So he always has school trips, and we always wonder sometimes, what happens on these school trips. Sometimes you see some of these prices that they give you, like, and then the places they're taking them. Like this particular trip, they're taking them to a pizza shop. I got I gotta admit, man, these pizza shop trips got me kind of skeptical. Like, what's so special about this trip to the pizza shop? Like, I take my son to the pizza shop all the time. We order pizza all the time. Why is this a school trip? But in this particular case, they want $15 for him to get a pie when he goes to this pizza trip, right? So he comes home and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna need $30 because I'm getting two pies." And my wife's there. We're looking at him like, "Why do you need $30?" Like he's like, "I need $15 from both of y'all." I'm like, "Why? You're the only one going on the trip." He was like, "I don't know. I guess it's like for the resources for the pizza." I'm like, this nigga turned a pizza trip into a political campaign about resources for stores to be able to make pizza on us. And we're just here like, bro, you need $15. You're the only one that's going to be there to enjoy this pie. It's not like you bringing it home to me and your mother. Stop trying to campaign for $30. You ain't slick.
Better than me. I'd have gave him 5. So you just need a slice, brother. You don't need the whole pie. I don't know what they're. You gonna use 8 slices solo? Everybody? Not
That's a
70
fact.
no. Is it the pizza place? Like, it's the one like Jay-Z and Beyonce be going to in New York?
Yo, man. Yeah, like, are they gonna let him make the pie? Like, I'm so confused at the $15, and he's not telling. We know he's not telling the right story. I don't know, man, but yeah, man,
Crucial
that's
evidence.
what happened today.
You got some questions, man. Pizza shop. And we got to school by about 2 o'clock. Eating pizza for breakfast? What time is this trip?
That's the thing. Like, I'm hoping it's around noon. You know what I mean? I'm definitely hoping this is a noon or afternoon trip. And yeah, man, they send us pictures like, look, they're eating pizza. Like, fam, this is like a Friday. We're not amazed. Like, take them somewhere where they can really do some shit or learn some shit, man.
What happened to the zoo, man?
Yeah,
Botanical gardens. What happened to those, man?
for real. Something educational, a museum. Like, it's crazy.
Aquariums, please. Oh, question for you, sir. Mr. Basketball himself. This is AAU programs, man. You get some good feedback, you get some bad feedback. I want your feedback. You know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, yeah, two practices a week, $4 here and there. How much you mean by a couple? Right, only 25. 25 for what? Oh, a session. What's a session? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, a little 60 to 90-minute workout. Okay. Is Michael Jordan going to be there? Like, is it going to be someone else prominent? It's just y'all? Twice a week? 2 kids? All right, so can I record her and then let the other one go home and watch the video? Like, can I get a break for the 2? And like, oh, no, we got a lot of coaches coming out, teaching a lot of things that the kids don't know yet. It's like, all right, follow up with the kids. Hey, you guys really want to do this? Yeah, mad excited. I was like, shit, all right, cool. We're doing it. But is it for the kids? Do you think AAU is a place for them to too much on them, too much on the shoulders?
Brother, let me tell you something. AAU is a great way for kids to learn discipline, to learn the game at its highest level, because if they make the team and they go out there and they travel and they play against other teams, the other team's competition is going to be fierce. I mean, I don't know. I have not like participated or actually watched in AAU basketball in a very long time, but if it's anything like when I was coming up for the kids who were playing, it was rough. Like the practices were no joke. There was a cost back then as well, but you get to travel. It's a hell of an experience as a kid, but you better love the game. You better love the game. You better love what you do. You better show up ready to play, ready to work hard, because it is no joke, man. But yeah, I mean, if it was like, I'm surprised. Actually, $25 sounds good, because I remember playing in FYA when I was younger.
Yeah.
That was $20. You know what I mean?
Like, you know what?
Yeah, that was $20 just to get a tournament shirt. You know what I mean? To get on a team. But you had to practice. You had to, you had to work hard to stand out. So yeah.
I mean, the love is there. I asked them multiple times, just check the temp. And they'd be like, yeah, so what to do? I'm like, all right. I remember the karate dreams, the gymnastic dreams. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure they're still into it. I keep you updated.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, if it's a good team, right, or a good coaches, I should say, trainers, that first week should tell you everything you need to know because they're going to try and run them ragged.
All right, run them down, man. $25, hell yeah. Run them twice. Yeah.
and I know you always at the practices, man. Make sure you ain't paying $25 for them to
I'm not.
go from the free throw line to the half court line. All right, guys, take a couple shots and you're good. Go home.
Nah. You don't need all that water yet. Let's go on back. You ain't even sweating, man. Let's go on back.
Yeah. Oh man. But hey, man, shout out to your girls, man. From what I saw, another really good season. Excited to see them taking this next step into basketball, and flag football. Can't forget about that. So yeah, man.
It's keeping them busy. And I feel like I got to make up for it because I don't let them go outside. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I got to supplement it somehow.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Um, yeah, yo, man. Yeah, it's tough. I'm still looking at Darius like, dude, what are you gonna do? Like, he's a master of playing the game on his phone. Um, he has the trampoline downstairs now that he's fell in love with. But I'm like, dude, at some point, like, you gotta get a hobby. You gotta get something that you're interested in. Like, you ask this dude, what do you love to do? He's like, play my game. Like, well, learn how to build a game, learn how to make it or something, like, you know what I mean? Or go sign up for one of these tournaments where you could play and make some money, yo. Like, he's at that age now where I'm starting to really press him. Like, what is it that you want to do with your life? You're gonna be 20 before you know it, bro. You ain't gonna be living with me forever. Like,
Had a topic for one of the future father joints, but
that's a fact. Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to it, but legacy is important.
That's a fact. All right, so moving over to recognitions and awareness, man. R.I.P. Roberta Flack passed away at the age of 88. She has at least two number ones that everybody should be familiar with. Killing Me Softly with his song, and The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face. She also has several popular duets with Donny Hathaway. I believe at some point she was diagnosed with ALS, which is what made her retire. So just paying respects to a legend.
Sir, rest in peace.
Yes, sir. All right, moving through things, man. Got a pretty light agenda today, but we're gonna definitely elaborate on some things, man. Last Friday, this notification when it came across my feed was like interesting. Looks like a judge out in Baltimore actually temporarily blocked Trump's executive orders that target DEI. And I never want to misspeak here. U.S. District Judge Adam Abelson in Baltimore granted a preliminary injunction blocking the administration from terminating or changing federal contracts they consider equity related. So if you've been paying attention to the executive orders, Trump's been already giving private institutions and sectors of the government, and it also filtered down to colleges, schools, and other institutions. Any programs, any funding that's related to anything race or gender, if they did not reframe or remove the programs, they would lose any federal funding they would get. So it's Wednesday now. I've been looking to see if there's any updates on whether this got thrown out and things are still a full go. I know actively most of these institutions have already done what they needed to do to change the language. So we'll see if this temporary injunction does anything. I'm not sure if it will, but it was interesting to see it's out there.
I'm always curious with level of politics of what stands and what can't stick. Executive order is usually executive order. It's hard to get around those. You know what I'm saying? Like when the CEO says something at the company, hey, we know we always did 60-minute lunches. It's gonna be 50 now. You play that game if you want to. With a 60, you know what I'm saying? The CEO said something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hope it works out. Shout out to B-Mart though, for sure. Happy somebody standing 10 toes on it. We need more people like him.
I tell you, man, and take it back to civil rights. It always takes that one person that's like, enough is enough. This is nonsense. We are not going to let this fly. So, to your point, man, we will see where it goes. Anything else on politics before we keep it pushing?
I have one of the politics thing. Your boy Nino, man. Now that everything's kind of really kind of way in the water, so behind him. Yeah, he's doing press conferences, man, on some. Jesus was a black man. It's like, hey, bro. It's like, yeah. The fact that you're saying that, trying to marry him through you, it's not what we saw when we said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. There was a point in his speech where he was like, yo, some black leaders called this resignation, you know what I mean? Some Negroes looking for me to step down. The way he started the word Negroes, though, on the podium, I thought he was going full
That's
nigga.
close.
I thought he was going there, bro. I thought he was there, bro. I'm about to say, what's good or something. But I don't know, man. I can't give him shout outs no more. It's just I don't know what to say. How do you? I can't condone it, but nigga running the city. What do you? I don't know what to say to him. But he called it a biblical moment.
Yeah, a lot of rappers then said I run the city, but this guy really runs the city, and he runs it like a rapper. It's amazing. It is amazing. All right, man. Thanks for bringing that one. I kind of saw a clip of that on social media before we got on, so I'm glad you brought that
here. Something you got to swipe. I should have swiped this for myself.
All right, man. One of the main topics we had here tonight, man, is a terminology that I've been hearing a lot over the last month. And it's called "you can't boil the ocean." It's an idiom for the undertaking of an impossible chore or task, and it has some interesting origin story. It looks like it originated during World War One, when Will Rogers was asked how the U.S. should go about the issue of German U-boats. Don't ask me what that is, but he simply recommended that he simply said this: boil the ocean. Now this was just a wild term that he used at the time to say, if you boil the ocean, if you heal it up or heat it up or whatever, the ships will turn pink and rise to the top. It was a wild notion that he came up with. But this line seemed to gain traction in the 20th century and is now a popular term used in business and technology to describe initiatives or projects that are overly ambitious. And once I dug into the research, it started to make sense in the sentences that this term was being used, because right now there's probably a lot of companies going through adjustments for, let's just say, the executive orders. And sometimes you need to just take your time and go about getting all the information, checking all the boxes before you make a decision. And you need to do that one by one by one. But then you'll have some projects that are just like, well, let's just try and fix all of this, right? You're an architect, right? Somebody just going to say, I'm going to build something over here. There's probably about 20 things that they need to check off before they go build something over there. Can you think of a recent assignment or project, maybe you or someone where this term applies?
I do have a couple of new clients. Very eager, very happy to get the job going. But I'm talking day of site visit. Like we go get a quick lay of the land, see what's going on at the house before you do enlargement, phrase, whatever you want. Hey, how you doing? Here's the retainer. When do we get permits? Realistically, I like 6 to 8 weeks. Ooh, how long? It's like, and that's it. We locked the design in today, which I know you don't have. So 6 to 8 weeks is the best case scenario, and I know that scenario is not really the best. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to
Yeah.
walk you off this ledge. You know what I mean? But it happens often. Everything wants to be microwaved. Everybody wants it today. You know what I mean? Tomorrow morning, the latest. Some things got to hit the crack pot.
Yeah.
Architecture's one of them.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And you know, when you have so many different areas that are going to be impacted by a change, or you're just looking at cultural transformation within your organization, it's very difficult to think that you're just going to get everything to adjust at the same time. People have different wants, people have different needs. There's certain things that may need consolidation. You start throwing those words around, people start thinking about, what does that mean for my job? But it makes so much sense because you can tell who's not taking the time to really see where the areas that need fixing versus just saying everything needs to be revamped, right? We need to check with the people who are the subject matter experts. How are they going about their current workflows? What is it that they need from us as far as help? And then maybe from there, we start to make decisions versus a draconian approach of just saying, you're all going to start to go left this today instead of always going your own different ways, right? But it was amazing to just, I fell down a rabbit hole looking at this one, and now just seeing the origin story and seeing how popular the term is. There was actually an article about Forbes where they thought the term should be thrown out just because it challenges being able to actually reform an area. The article wasn't really that solid,
Okay,
but I think it stands true.
for sure. You can't boil the ocean. No matter how
Yeah,
much you want to do, it's just too much of it. Like it's too much
yeah,
agua. You can't do it at
yeah.
once. You can't do it like you said.
Absolutely, absolutely. You really got to take your time, and that just shows you um, who's good at managing projects and who's good at managing situations. If you just buy a new crib, right? Got to be step by step. You know what I'm saying? You want to change the backsplash, you change the backsplash. Then maybe you get to the flooring. You don't come in there and just try to fix everything at once. It's great.
Let's gut everything. It's like, where are you going to sleep tonight? It's the same. Hey,
Yeah, man. Yep.
yeah, it's a fact.
Absolutely.
I kind of go bad at work where it has me questioning a lot. Where I feel like my workload silently doubled in the last few weeks. Some people,
Mm.
have let go. Work's still there. New work's still coming in, but we ain't got no new hires yet. So it's like, my average 70, 80 email a day is jumped to like 170. I'm like,
Mm.
a lot of these aren't calendar appointments. What's all this other stuff? You know, we got it's like there's not a lot of fat here. A lot of this either dense. You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, I'm still staying on top of it. At the end of the day, I'm just like, yo, stop, I gotta go. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be work tomorrow. But now I'm still able with me being able to handle it, I'm curious to know what was I doing before? What half of it? You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
it's all getting handled. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
things ain't done at 4:30, you gotta probably wait till 5, but I'm curious like how much helping everybody else was I doing before everything was here? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a funny conundrum.
Yeah, man. I would say if the workload increases, and just knowing from my experience, that means that before that, I probably had more time for creativity or connecting with the people because when you can solely focus on one project and not continuously be interrupted, it allows real you know innovation, and you can do more
Yeah.
research because it's your sole focus. So just knowing you, I'm pretty sure before you was making magic happen. He was like, wait a minute, I got time, bro. If we do this, we move this to the side, we get this permit, you gonna rock this
Now,
out.
telling you.
Yeah, man.
Now it's very take it or leave it, man. How we doing in the
Yeah.
future? You want it? This is the best case scenario. No changes allowed.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I think a lot of people are going through that, bro. I don't think it's just you. I think everybody's stretched thin, and it's just tough. It's tough. Shout out to everybody that's pushing through. They throwing like 8 different tasks at you. They got you doing 3 other people's jobs, and you only getting paid for one.
Mhm.
Yo, listen, we salute you, man, because I don't, you know what I mean? It's tough. It is tough out here, that's for sure.
Not Jocko.
Big facts, big facts. Anything else in here before we get over to TV shows? Got some good reviews today, man.
I'm down. I'm down. I got bad news, but I'm down.
You ain't even got to finish the sentence, bro. I already know.
Oh, man. I'm here to give me the spoilers, man. Give me the spoilers. Oh man, what did
All
you
right,
catch
man.
this week?
Uh, are you at least caught up with Paradise?
I didn't see last night.
Didn't see last night's. All right, so we'll start with the Suits LA premiere. Most people
Shit.
probably didn't catch the first episode, but I'm not gonna say nothing that's gonna spoil that episode for you. So Suits LA premiered last night. It's a spin-off of the popular show Suits that was out for like 9 seasons.
Loved it.
Um, it was spicy out the gate. Definitely, you got to watch what you sign and watch who you trust. When you guys watch the episode, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, there's a Cole reference, man, where Homeboy says, "You want Patrick Mahomes or you want Kirk Cousins?" Like he's talking about it's the fourth quarter and you got to pick a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
that reference was cold. But the first episode, I gotta say, it really didn't impress. Um, they're filling some big shoes. You know, I mean, Suits was Suits. They, it created its own aura, its own following. So this one, I'm a little concerned about, the cast they picked, but it could be too early for me to make that statement. I don't know. But yeah, right now, little unimpressed. But the end of the episode definitely was a "oh, you got me" moment. I think you guys are definitely gonna enjoy that first episode of Suits LA. At least at that moment. But everything else, I don't know. For me, it was mid.
Hope some characters from the original hop in and out through the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're a lawyer too. Like, always been. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, kind of show
yeah.
face. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think
I think I'll
Harvey's
pick it up.
supposed to
I'll pick
make
it
an
up.
appearance.
I'll pick it up.
Yeah. Paradise, man. Once again, bro, thank you for introducing me to the show. Also, shout out to my homegirl Michelle, who really pushed me to start watching it. Um, this show is continuing to blow my mind. I will not spoil the most recent episode for you, man. But it just keeps getting better,
It's
buld. It
good.
just
It's
keeps
good
getting
though.
better.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Um,
It's every episode. I'm like, another week. I should have waited. I mean, I should have waited till it was all done.
yeah,
Oh, but
yeah,
I hate when I get caught in the slow feed.
yeah. The storyline is dope. The endings continue to leave you in suspense, so you be on the lookout for episode 7. It just leaves you even more like, what the fuck? And listen, man, Sterling Brown is amazing, bro. He's definitely gonna catch some hardware for this one for sure,
For sure.
for sure.
For sure. I already heard
All
some
right,
rumblings about season 2 to some capacity. I'm like, damn, let it end, man. Let's see what we at.
yo, that's how good it is, man. Like I don't blame them.
Yeah,
They like before y'all go shopping the show, just know we're in.
just come on back. Come on back.
Yeah, bring that right back here, man. All right, man. Love is Blind, season 8, man. Honeymoon's over. Reality's hitting. I got some thoughts. I got some
Talk to me.
inventing to do. First couple I'm gonna get into is Devin and Virginia, man. Real cool couple. Um, right now they're going through some prenuptial disputes. She's very adamant. Virginia's very adamant about the prenup. She thinks that it shouldn't be a bad thing to have a prenup. And Devin's sister, when she meets them, she's already like, that seems kind of like you're thinking about the end, and why is her mind already there? And you can see Devin's face every time she brings it up. He's not too happy about that. Like, if you were to go through this experiment, bro, and you heard that from the girl, what would you think?
Like, unless you're like incredibly up, I won't respect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, out the gate, it's like, come on, like, what are we doing? Like, you know, like, I bought us lunch yesterday. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? If it's one of those where it's like, oh, your uncle's at Berkshire, let me sign this paperwork. I don't want to smoke. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna
Yep,
make sure
yep.
this works forever. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But if it's like mediocre coin coming to the table, it's like, yeah, mine's is mine, yours is yours. It's like, you gonna split a sectional, bitch? Come on, man. What are we talking
Yep,
about?
yep,
So it all depends on where they're coming from on that sense.
yeah.
What's your take on it? Like, if you was approached, like, hey, you got to sign this.
I got no problems with it. I totally understand that, you accomplished something before we got together. You're just trying to protect it in the event that it doesn't work out. I'm cool with it. I got no issues with that.
Okay, okay, that's right.
All right. But
Hey,
other than that,
quick devil's advocate. How would you feel distributing one? Like, hey, my uncle is a Berkshire. I'm gonna need you to sign this. It's like, she's like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I thought it was love. Yeah, it's a lot of love, baby. In reverse, it was cool. I was down. If it was yours, I was down, big down. But I need you to be down. I need you to go to death row. On this one.
oh yeah, yeah,
What's your intro
absolutely.
line to drop that on the table?
Oh, I think I love the way she did it. It was really just like, what do you think about a prenup? It's an honest, open question to see where your head is at. Have you ever thought about that? And just get the real answer from there. This way we know what we're doing going forward.
Mm.
Straight like
Right.
that. All right. But other than that, man, they seem to really mesh together. I like the way they look together. You know what I'm saying? Nice little black couple. So I hope they work out, man. Daniel and Taylor, they both seem to have really, really good humble. Before I move on, I see SKL. Or if you help build that person, and when it's time to get married, they ask you to sign one. Good question.
Mm. I
Good.
was with you in the gym. I was really with you in the gym.
Hmm. All right. Damn it. AirPods, man. I got the worst ears for AirPods, man. It's just crazy. I can't run in these
Your
shits,
ears,
bro. I need the over
are
the
your ears
head.
growing? Or the AirPods getting smaller?
I don't know anymore.
The days are blending.
Good question, SKL. All right, let's dwell on this one for a bit.
Yeah, let's pick this apart. Let's pick
Let's
this apart.
definitely. So let's say solid 8 years. I think that's a good number. 8 years
Okay.
together. You build a clothing business. Starts
Mm-hmm,
thriving probably around like year 4,
mm-hmm,
maybe by year 6, got a big distribution deal.
mm-hmm.
2 years after that, you guys are really like, you got franchises, you got brick and mortars. Time to pop the question.
It's time. It's time. Mm.
Can you do that if you both like
Right.
so let's say, all right, so let's say it's just in the girl's name, right? Because you know what I'm saying, let's say it's on us. Let's say she built everything and you just was there like, go ahead, babe, I got you back. You need me to deliver a shirt, but everything's in her name, business is in her name.
Mm,
Y'all get married. Kenny, let me tell you something.
mm.
She put that prenup on the table. Man, listen.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, man. Uh, not only was I with you in the gym, I drove you there a few days. It's like,
Yo, I mean, I was catching the rebounds, man. Like,
mm,
yo, I'd be hurt. I'd be rude. I'd feel used.
mm,
I'd feel.
mm.
I feel like, wow, like all of this I helped you build, but now you're like, yeah, I know you helped me build it, but it was technically me. And, oh shit,
Check the paperwork. It was really just me. On paper, it's just really me.
yo, that's
Those are the
that's
ones
that's
that
woo,
that'll,
that's a good
that'll,
one.
that'll crack this whole foundation. But yeah, this ain't gonna
Yeah,
work out. It's like,
yeah, like, and then now what do you
mm,
do? Like, I'm pretty sure you could try and sue. I mean, people sue for anything, but like, what foundation do you have?
get to the judge. name all her favorite foods and colors and shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's your dog. So I know she
She
like getting her foot
starts,
rubbed in the
yeah.
clockwise motion. He's like, that's awesome, sir. Did you come up with any of the designs? Found any of the manufacturers, warehouses, anything like that?
Are
No.
you on any of the paperwork? Yeah.
That one's gonna be cool.
Yeah, that's
But
real pain, bro.
if it is a fruitful business though, do you sign to keep this ball rolling, and just now you just got to reduce uh, submission of work now. You're not clocking in as much no more. But yeah, it's all you, right? Build another hope. Come on. You know
Oh man. You know what, man? I'd probably sign it and then start a show about it.
oh shit! You caught in the other room. And another thing this bitch do. I want to know how she got the town down that way. Dropping mad Chick-fil-A secrets in the chat.
Yeah, I'd start a show called The Prenuptial Disagreement. Like I'd
Mm,
have so every week would be a new episode of me ranting about. So today, this bitch
mm-hmm,
told me that she wanted me to
mm-hmm,
drop off a shirt. I was like,
mm-hmm.
hmm.
Let me check my contract.
Yeah.
Where
That's
no matter what's
legit.
going on in the house, that's gonna be the
Yeah,
let me check my contract. For anything.
yeah,
Oh, you can take out the trash real quick.
yeah, yeah.
Check my contract. That's a
Yeah,
good
so
one.
say
Oh,
sweet
that's funny.
things. Well, the business money earned prior to you, you don't get. But once you married, all money coming in after is split 50-50. Man, listen though, you don't
That
get
should
it.
be that should have a downturn or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Now how I know it's gonna be 50-50. What if right after the prenup she said, and this is your contract to now be a 30% commission?
what?
Yo.
Find out we ain't bet 2 years later. So what the fuck? we we it was you,
Yo.
remember?
Yo.
I
What
just
do you
dropped you off at the
oh
gym. I
man.
ain't go in. Now it's that talk. That's
Nasty work, man. She fuck around, sell the company right before y'all get married. That's crazy.
China.
Oh
It's like,
man.
you want to consult? Nah.
Oh man. All right. Daniel and Taylor, they both seem like they came from humble beginnings. But there's an interesting thing with Daniel, man. There's a point where they first go on to their honeymoon. With Taylor thinks Daniel actually was already following her on social media. And she literally has like a whole sit down with homeboy, like, yo, I just need you to be honest with me. Like, where you kind of like studying me to know that I was coming on the show to then like kind of steal the whole blind experience from me to get with me and all this other stuff. And if for a minute, you know what I'm saying, it looked like things is gonna crack. And so I'll let y'all catch up on the rest of that. But that was crazy. Do you feel like, and I think we talked about this, do you feel like if someone did research on you before they approached you for a relationship, is that like ingenuine?
Depends how much info you got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
finding out my favorite Starbucks order. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything beyond that though might be. You scared me. I saw you. All right. I don't. I'm good. Let's just call this what it is, and let's just move on.
Mhm.
But it does show initiative. Like it does show that you care. Like you know what I mean. It does pull on emotional strings. Especially if you're not a looker. You know what I'm saying? You
That's
gotta
true.
work. You gotta work other things. You gotta do other stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, I ain't got that 6 pack, but I know your favorite Twinkies at this other store. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Do some shit like that. It is what it is. But if it's in your wheelhouse. You're not getting too creepy with it. I respect it.
Yeah. Yeah. Say sweet things thinks is a cheat code, man. I personally feel like there's always going to be some type of research if somebody's really, really like social media now. I mean, it ain't hard to know what you're interested in. I can go to your social media right now and learn a lot about you if you post a lot. So, is it a cheat code? I mean, come on, man. Like left, right used to be the thing with Street Fighter. You know what I mean? Like we ain't never get mad when we learn the cheat code because we just wanted to be able to do the special moves. And sometimes you need a bit of a edge. And you know what I mean? If you ain't got the tallest height or what somebody would think of as the most attractive appearance, you got to use this. You know what I mean? You got to use this. And
Got a
in
15,
using
20
this
on the
sometimes,
SATs, baby.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes all you got is your brain and you know what I'm saying, and some jokes. And that could get you far if you use both of them the right way. So I don't know, man. All right. David and Loring, man. This one here is interesting, bro. Um, how would you feel if after you get with someone, you find out that they dated your friend's friend?
It's like, yes, it's too removed. It is what it is. I can't control the world.
Yeah, right.
It's too removed.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a big
Happy.
deal. I agree with
Exactly.
you. Yeah,
Unless,
I agree with you.
all right. Now, it was a wild backstory on how you two met and how things went. It's like, is they gonna be at the barbecue next year? All right, hold on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was one of those. That might be too much for me, though.
Yeah, if it's too close to home, if it's somebody that's consistently around, I hear you. I agree with that. Um, it doesn't come off that way, and I feel like the guy David is being real over dramatic about it. Like, yeah, but my friends are saying this, and they're saying that you guys weren't just like a fly by night fling. Like you had saw each other right before you came on the show. And after a while, you could see like the gaslighting starting to build. And it's like, bro, either you just gonna be like, nah, homie say you for the streets, I'm moving on,
Yeah.
or you gonna look past your friends and just give her a shot. But you could see him like dragging her through this emotional roller coaster, and homegirl's just trying to hang in there, but it's looking terrible right now. Terrible.
She looking shaky tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, damn, Shay Sweetland just said I was about to say. He opened things and he said he just don't want to do it. This could be a way out if he's just not man enough to say I want out. I'm gonna do
Very
whatever I
true.
can to let you know it was your fault before I leave. Yeah, fucked up.
Very true. Very true. Joey and Monica, man, these two are quirky as hell. When you finally catch up on the episodes, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's an interesting thing about him that I didn't really notice until Monica's sister pointed it out. And she's saying that she feels like she's kind of saying Joey seems like one of those go along, get along type of dudes. Like he's not being his genuine, unique self. He just kind of goes with the flow type of shit. And what she's worried about is at some point, um, something's gonna hit and he's not going to really commit with her. I think it's gonna be when they have their first disagreement. He looks like the type of dude that's not ready for that type of shit. And she looked like she come with like some shit.
It's not good. It's not the good shit, is it?
Nah.
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah, no. Shay Sweet thinks the sister's just a hater. Um, there's a bit of that because the sister is mad that she's getting married before her. Turns out there's even a wild thing where the sister's current boyfriend used to date Monica. So this show is all about just like community dating because
Man,
everybody done dated everybody, and it's in Minneapolis this year. So, yeah, man, if you're in Minneapolis, man, you might want to be careful who you pick.
interesting. Interesting.
Oh man. All right,
Gotta
and then
be
the
careful.
last couple we got here, man, Ben and Sarah. So now Ben and Sarah was looking like they was gonna be a straight shot to the aisle, bro. And it's early, so it's like, how could you tell that so far? The blend was just there. All of a sudden, man, good old social media creeps in, man. There's a girl on TikTok, just crying eyes out, talking about, dudes ain't shit, and she's talking about Ben. Um, so now, with TikTok, it's a little shaky because, in the words of Cardi B and Offset, man, they do anything for clout sometimes. But my thing here is, Ben, if you smashed and kept it pushing, just tell Sarah like it is, bro. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You know what I mean? Trying to lie to a woman at this big age is ridiculous. About old shit too makes no sense. But he's straight up saying no. You know, I had nothing with her. It wasn't even. We didn't hook up, anything like that. Now, this is what always puzzles me about different races, right? Or maybe it's just a flatbush thing. When people say hook up, it can mean different things.
Yeah.
I've heard hook up mean they kissed. I've heard hook up mean they had sex. That is way too much of an array for two words to just, I gotta decipher which hook up you. Yeah, you know what I mean? So he says essentially, we never hooked up. But Sarah's good. Sarah's one of those girls that keeps pressing with different questions and then coming back to the original question to see if you give a different answer. And she got him. When she came back, she was like, so you never kissed her. So did you have sex with her? And he was like, no, but did you kiss her? He said, yeah, we did kiss. She was like, but you didn't hook up. He's like, no, we didn't hook up. So that's where I got fucking confused. I'm like, well, what does hook up mean in this context?
Hook up to him is beyond kiss.
I feel like the goalpost is moving, man. I feel like the goalpost was moving. My man was on the hot seat. Like I got the spotlights making me sweat right now. Mm-hmm. He was in the hot seat and he was just like, nah, I ain't hook up with like I ain't penetrate. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man.
For him, hook up is like, we just shared a straw. We didn't hook up.
I'll never get it. I'll do it. And I put this out to everybody checking us out tonight, man. And once again, thank you all for tuning in. What does the words hook up? Like if somebody says they hooked up with somebody, what does that mean to you? Because to me, if y'all hooked up, y'all had sex.
Some people are like, yo, yeah, we hooked up. For real? Yeah, we went to Starbucks on Saturday. It was cool. Hey, wait, that's it? That's what I did? Yeah, we hooked up. We got together. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay. It's good for y'all. You know what I mean? People just use it differently.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You gonna tell me y'all hooked up? Like, all right, bro. Y'all hooked up. Got it. Oh man, Shay Sweet Thing says, I take that as sex as well. A kiss is a kiss. That's not a hookup. I hear that. Man. Oh man, but other than that, man, for my Love is Blind aficionados out there, if you saw the previews, it looks like Mason and Meg show up in the next scene together, and Madison is trying to hate on them. And then Devin sees Coach B. That's the other girl that Devin was actually vibing with in the pods, but it didn't, materialize into getting engaged. But it seems like when they see each other in person, there's a bit of a vibe there. So we're gonna see how Virginia acts when she sees her boy, vibing with B. And there was a lot of people that were fans of her. The reason we think it didn't work out with her and Devin was she told him about her hooking up with here we go again, right? Hooking up with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. And you could tell that kind of, had Devin on like, I don't know. But yeah, man.
That's chaos that depends on age. Yeah, generational. Maybe a generational version of the same meaning. Other things. Generation to generation. It's possible.
Yeah, it's got to be a suburb thing. I've never heard nobody in Flatbush say hook up. Like, yeah, smashed. You know
and when they say that, you know exactly what happened. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no in between on that. It's like, word. Yes, you go straight to the word. You know what that means.
Hell yeah. I'm not trying to follow up with context. Just to tell me like it is and don't tell me nothing at all.
That's all it is. That's what's happening.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact.
I know you have a Nick Lachey beef. Has he been fair in the season for you?
They haven't been involved yet. They haven't really been involved. My issue with them is usually come reunion time. Reunion time is when they usually piss me off. And I can't wait because I got a feeling they're gonna go off on David. I know that. They're gonna have Ben in their sights with Shorty crying on TikTok. Um, who else? And of course Mason. I mean, Mason ain't even one of the married couples, and they might come for him. So I can definitely see them going that route. But right now, it's just old beef. It's no new beef yet. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how they address the reunion.
Okay. Respect. Respect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Moving things right along, man. Quick FCP Sports Corner stop. Paying respects to the legend, one of the best WNBA players to ever do it. I love the line that they said, defenses, you can now rejoice. Diana Taurasi is hanging it up. But as you can see here, man, she announced her retirement. Listen, man, this is one of the pioneers. This is one of the girls that really took it to the next level. And I'll never forget, man, after they won the Olympics, that cold voiceover she had, how she was like, it's very interesting how people come from all over the world just to compete for second place. Like that. That was one of the
That was
coldest.
cold-blooded.
What? That's one of the coldest commercials, y'all. If you could look up USA women's basketball Olympics commercial for Nike, one of the coldest commercials, y'all. Coldest commercials of 2024, for real.
She's playing in the don't say the big three, in the rival league too, though.
Oh yeah.
I wonder. Oh, can you retire then keep going here? How does that work?
Well, Unrival is like a separate league in Miami, so it was just to like keep the keep the eyes on the girls during the off season, and put some extra revenue as well. So technically, she retired from the WNBA. So yeah, just finishing out with the Unrivaled, and then she's done.
Crazy, good times, good times.
Yep.
Quick shift over to the NBA. After the All-Star break the other weekend. Oh man, tallest guy in the land, Spurs All-Star, Victor Wembanyama. He's pretty much going to miss the rest of the season. He has a deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. Sounds painful as hell. I'm happy I've never experienced it, but that's a blow to the Spurs for sure. But my question to you is basketball. If we were in the middle of the pack, exactly, not the bottom of the barrel, but we lost our star. Should we start just, not throwing these games, but Cooper will be in the sweepstakes next year? Is it too soon to be like, hey, let's go get our Tim Duncan now? While we got while we got David Robinson on the roster. Too soon?
Listen, if the Spurs find a way to land Cooper Flag, there's going to be so many owners suing the league. It's going to be insane. We might see the first time that owners boycott the NBA season. Nah. I think it's a great time for the other young players that probably weren't getting as much time and as much focus to get that experience. So, God willing, when Wembanyama comes back, they'll be ready. And I think this is well, first of all, health is the most important thing. A blood clot is nothing to play with. So I really hope that I love the Spurs did that, because they could have actually said he's going to take a couple weeks off and tried to bring him back, but they said nope. That's our future. Let's invest in our future. Mm-hmm. We'll be okay for the rest of this season. What does hurt about it is it would have been interesting to see, now that they have De'Aaron Fox and Chris Paul over there, how the rest of the season would have went. But can't cry over spilled milk. So yeah, man. No, you play the young guys and you put them out there, let them get the experience, and then they'll be better for it. Yep.
That's what's up. Get the bench better. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. That's a fact.
Plus they're not expensive neither. So Let's get some work out of him. See what we got next year.
No, yes, for sure.
Another little tidbit I saw in the basketball world earlier. Paul George, as you know, he has a cool little podcast called Podcast Fee. He informed all his fans, friends of the show, he's going to take a little hiatus from the show for a little bit, take a step back, focus on what you know me for, being an NBA player. With the Star Center out, losing by 50 at the crib, he had a little reflection moment. So you know what? Maybe this isn't as important as I think it is. So usually I want to concentrate on the rest of the season, try to finish it, see if we can contend for a championship. Mm-hmm. That's when I was like, all right, buddy.
That's
like,
ambitious.
That's when it sounds suspicious. I was all for, hey, putting all my other stuff on the back burner, focusing on, meat and potatoes. Let's make the team a better conglomerate mentally on the court. You know what I mean? No off-court distractions. I was with that. When he said compete for a chip, I was like, nigga, you better go podcast about that shit. Do you think it's a good time for
him? If he's serious about turning around his performance, then yeah. Because listen, if you're thriving with the podcast, maybe you've discovered your real future. I know he's had great moments in his career. Can he turn it around, hopefully, at any moment and look like the Paul George of old? Depends on which Paul George of old we're talking about. So it'll be interesting to see if he fully does this transition, what it'll do for his performance on the floor. If it fully transitions now, because the critics are going to say this is his way of saying, I was only playing bad because I wasn't fully focused. So now he can try and blame on, we were only losing because I was over here talking to people for like 2 hours. Okay, that's what distracted you? Sure. But now the clock's on. He's on the clock. He's got to perform better. He's got to show that this was the reason why he wasn't playing good. If he doesn't show that, go back to the podcasting, man. You know what I mean? It was there's nothing wrong with retiring young. You know what I mean? You made a lot of money, probably have some good investments, but the Sixers need consistent performance. They need something because it's hurting to see Tyrese Maxey out there just balling, and he's by himself. He's by himself out there. It's sad.
Check score. Yeah, they're losing at the Garden at the moment. But you know how it goes. It's not the podcast fault. We still losing.
I know, man. Listen, that's funny. He said, "I'm gonna take a break from podcasting so I can perform better." All right, man. I didn't know this thing.
Just saw the contract.
Physical out of you. Like, all right. But hey, who am I? All right, we'll see how that goes, man. Anything else before we get up out of here?
I have one more thing. A new episode out. Mr. Ramal Lee, episode 6. Economic Empowerment Podcast, from monopoly to hotel ownership. It's funny how the games we play turn into the games we love. You know what I mean? He's out here, got another one out, but this is a good reflection episode he had. Learned something myself about the guy I thought I knew everything about. So it was a cool episode, firstly. But if you haven't caught it, go catch that.
Yeah, I've always been amazed about anybody who can sit down and just talk about a subject by themselves. You know what I mean? So, I got a chance to check out some of the clips today. And to your point, we all think we know each other and how we have a perspective on life and how things have impacted us. But the funny thing is we show up in our 5 to 9 selves, but then we have this whole other 9 to 5 or hell no, who knows, 24-hour professional view on things or financial view on things that if we never asked each other about it, we would never know how knowledgeable each other is. Like, take this weekend, right? I asked you about heating options in the house. I didn't know you knew that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was sitting there, I was like,
you said, I gotta get I'm gonna get a pencil. Hold on.
Yeah. I was like, all right. So which one is the best one, bro? Like, school me, you know what I mean? Like, but that's the beauty of when you have a forum like this, or when you ask each other questions, get involved in what each other's interested in. This is the beauty of it, man. But definitely shout out to Ramel. Make sure y'all go check out this episode. Subscribe, y'all. We got a lot of good shit coming for real.
Other than that, bro,
All right. Yeah, man.
shows I got to catch up on, man. What you doing? What you doing tonight?
Oh man, definitely gonna try and catch the rest of these late games, see if anything interesting happens, and get ready for the next 2 days, man. Tomorrow, just what is going on tomorrow? A lot of shit, a lot of preparation tomorrow, and then Friday I'll be doing a presentation at Advanced Practice Providers Summit for my health system. If you don't know who that is, sometimes when you come into an urgent care or into an ER or even sometimes your doctor's office, there is someone else that sees you, and sometimes they're physician associates. They could be a nurse practitioner. It's someone like along the lines. They're not fully an MD, but they are just as important, just as impactful. And there's been a very long time that reimbursement for them, the way they've been labeled in comparison to MD, has been, let's just say, not fair. So every time we get to sit in front of them and talk to them about how the billing process goes, how certain legislation has changed for them over the years to allow them to actually get reimbursed directly for a lot of their services, because a lot of times when they see a patient, the MD comes and signs, the MD gets the money, and then the money gets allocated to them some other kind of way. So it's always important to talk to them, because sometimes it's like nurses, man, who really deals with the patients the most, So yeah, man. All right. Nice little light show today, man. I think that's good sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Get right to the point and let everybody get back to their job.
keep it lean and Black History Month. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it, man. We will see y'all in a new month. You know what I'm saying? Almost a quarter through the year, y'all. Almost there.
First quarter almost up. Is your first your first quarter looking on yet?
Oh, you see the
We'll talk next week.
This is exactly how my first quarter's looking. It's ugly. Rough. Rough.
Oh, we're gonna be racing each other to just for men.
Yep.
Rough out here, man. Rough out here. Yeah, love you, bro. Catch you next week.
Love you too, man. Later, y'all.